What's up, you sloppy joes? It's Andy coming to you before the opening Sunday in the NFL to deliver some thinly sliced cold cuts, a couple premium deli meats, and also some premium sniffs before you take the digital field on Sunday, placing your bets. Now, if you watched the other night, opening night, Thursday Night Football, you got a nice reminder. They did you a favor. If you had any Chiefs bets, they did you a favor by reminding you this is the NFL where rats reign supreme. And I'm going to do my best to steer you clear of some of the other potential Kansas City Chiefs type bets. And if you watched Francess and Friends yesterday, it's a show you should definitely check out. Long form, entertaining content where I got some of the other Odd Shopper channel guys on and I picked their brain about some of their picks for Sunday. And we talked about the Thursday night game a little bit. Definitely something you should check out. We uploaded that yesterday. But as far as this Sunday goes, there are a couple more that you need to avoid. Like the Chiefs should have been avoided. But outside of the Chiefs in that game, how about our boy? I mean, simple as you get, Isaiah Pacheco. Not only did he clear 9.5, he cleared 19.5. He always has a couple design screens. I counted 3 designed in that game. I think maybe another check down in there. It's exactly what I thought would happen. And then Valdez-Scantling, albeit not the greatest receiver in the world, in there on every 2 receiver set. He hit the longest completion, and he hit his over on reception yards. So outside of the Kansas City Chiefs money line and -2.5, which I wasn't that high on because of how Detroit ended the season, it was a pretty good opening night compared to everybody else. You know, as Meatloaf once said, don't be sad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and we'll try to continue that. I used to have an old saying when I started on the Odd Shopper channel. 2 out of 3, I'll be here with you the next day. 3 out of 3, I'll be getting fanned by a bottle girl at the Bellagio. So that didn't happen on Thursday night, so you get me here for Sunday on week 1 with all the fantastic deals and prices that I was able to find on players. First great price, obviously you know, is Caesars Sportsbook. You put in 50 and they're going to give you out $50 in free bets 5 times. You put in 50, you're getting 50 this week, 50 next week, 50. It's good because I wouldn't want the 250 at once. Because you know what, we would just panic and put it on a whole bunch of things. I actually would like them, just like I opened up talking about thinly sliced cold cuts. That's Caesar's thinly sliced cold cut promotion. I got a bet that I love, and I hope I've built up enough credibility with you guys that when I say that, it means something. Sometimes I open up saying, guys, there's just nothing that great tonight. So I think it's only fair that when I see something that I really like, and these could have been learned from years ago. I taught you guys about the Pacheco and his increased use in the passing game as the season got on, and when Mahomes hurt his ankle. Who's captain checkdowns? From last year, who's captain checkdowns? Who did we take for over receptions and reception yards every single game until they jacked it up to a point where it was too much? Yes, that's right. The king of checkdowns, Derek Carr, who somehow has built up a reputation, and I love it. I love that the sportsbook think this, that he's a guy who is he's a deep passer. Derek Carr's he's the king of checkdowns. We were cashing Jacobs bets left and right, and just go do yourself a favor and go look at the certain running back who's going to be demanding all the touches in the Saints backfield because Alvin Kamara is suspended and Keandre Miller is a rookie, so he'll probably have limited touches in his first game, and he was coming off an injury in training camp. Go look who the running back is, and then go check his reception total. Yeah, that's right, 1.5, and I found it at plus money. That's Jamal Williams, over 1.5 catches. That is Andy's best bet. If that bet hits and nothing else does, you should still have a good weekend. That's the class that I put this in. Will I feel like absolute shit if it doesn't hit? Boom, boom, no halfway crooks. No, I didn't mean to rhyme before that. Anytime I rhyme without trying, I just break into B-Rabbit. Like that guy on Hard Knocks. Remember that Jets player who then promptly got cut shortly after that? That was unnecessary. Jamal Williams, over 1.5 catches, or if you want to take the over like 8.5 receiving yards, I think Vegas made a big boo-boo, and I'm going to take advantage of that. As long as they'll allow me to. Let's see if they pull that line after all you guys flock there like a bunch of seagulls on bread at the beach, blasting those bets, and they're going to be like, wait, what the hell's, why are all these random Jamal Williams 2 catches coming in? But that definitely is my favorite bet. You guys also know, I think Carr is a big loser, doesn't cover spreads. If you want to combine those Williams catches with plus 3.5 for the Tennessee Titans, I'm completely fine with that. The funny thing is, what I'm going to do for Jamal Williams, if you go to like DraftKings, same game parlay, 3+ catches in the same game parlay, and then over 20 receiving yards, that's plus 475. And I swear to you, to me, that should be like minus 110. That's how many times I think Carr, especially they have a good defense, they're supposed to win this game. I don't see him winging it all over the field. I think, hey, Olave, you wide open? No, that's another check down to Jamal Williams, let alone any potential screens that are designed. We know Williams is a good catcher of the ball too. This to me it's easy money. Obviously, you can always get screwed, but it absolutely is my favorite bet of the day. Another one of my favorite bets of the day, and this was mentioned yesterday on Francess and Friends, a show that you should definitely check out. Entertaining, hour-long. I bring on some of the odd shopper guys, pick their brain about their best picks and whatnot, and obviously you get the classic Andy tomfoolery. We uploaded that yesterday, so definitely check that out and support it. It's got to do well after 4 weeks, or I'm getting the Joe Buck on HBO yank. So we discussed that Browns Bengals game. Ben was all about Nick Chubb, and so was I beforehand. You're removing Kareem Hunt from that backfield, so even just a slight uptick in touches for Chubb. Then when you think about the fact how they've played against Cincinnati at home, they've been dominant against Cincinnati at home. I mean, they destroyed them last year. This just reeks of 100 and a touchdown, at least for Chubb. And they set the over-under at like 78 or something like that. I like Nick Chubb. I love Nick Chubb to go over that 78.5 or whatever it was. And similarly, the same way we took that Jamal Williams bet and paired it with the Titans, I wouldn't mind plus 3.5. So you'd have to bump it up to plus 3.5 because it's right now it's at like plus 2 or plus 2.5. And then add Nick Chubb rushing yards on top of that. You're looking at some solid plus money. It's one of the many rats. Thursday night showed you rats are real. Rats are the NFL. There are a couple other ones, the big ones. And as I always tell you, this doesn't mean I'm telling you to take the other side. It means that there's major rat potential. It's one of those, oh, I just turned 21 and this is the smart bet because I'm an idiot and I haven't learned yet. And that is the Eagles. You don't take the Eagles. If you bet that game, you take the New England Patriots. The Bengals. Minus 2.5. They're just trying to get you in on there. Joe Burrow, no preseason. How'd that work for him last time when he missed training camp week 1? So don't take that one. If anything, you take the Cleveland Browns. Also, the Jaguars. Why are they only minus 5 against a rookie quarterback team in shambles? Jonathan Taylor, Jim Irsay, all this nonsense. Only like minus 4, minus 5. Now, I don't know. Even I don't have the balls to take the Colts, but there's something fishy about that one. And then the 49ers, minus 2.5, one of the favorites in the NFC. Great team against a non-playoff team. Something rotten in Pittsburgh with that one. So either you take the Steelers or stay away from that one. One bet that I particularly like, I like the Chargers. I need to get them minus 2.5. I just hate seeing that minus 3. I just despise it. So I need to get them down. Fortunately, in that game, one of my other favorite bets on the day is Mike Williams, his over on receiving yards. You know, this is one of those unique instances, finally, where we're going to get Keenan Allen and Mike Williams on the field at the same time with Eckler out of the backfield. And they're going to be going up against a team in the Dolphins who they beat last year at home. I just always love when a team beats a team in a building or something, that they get them a mere like 8 months later in that same building. There's just that rollover confidence. It's the same reason I like Cleveland in Cleveland against Cincinnati. I like the Chargers at home minus 2.5. You can throw the Mike Williams reception yards in there. but I think his are at 58 or 59. He's pretty much an alpha type of receiver, and now with Kellen Moore there, they said they're going to be moving in the slot, which means a couple easier catches. 59.5. Barring injury, because that's always a concern with Mike Williams. But last year it was Keenan Allen who got injured in week 1. Hopefully, it's just always something with this damn team. But I'm going to take the over on 58 or 59.5 receiving yards for Mike Williams, and I will take the Chargers minus 2.5 in that game. There's another one I need to get down to 2.5, and that's Sean Payton in Denver at home against Garoppolo, McDaniels, Chandler Jones. Couldn't get into the weight room, had to go to the local Crunch Fitness. Something ain't feeling good about those Raiders, and I believe, Russell Wilson, we will see if he makes the strides, but I do know that Peyton went 6-0 with the Candyman, Teddy Bridgewater, and he had a winning record with Taysom Hill. Just lackluster quarterbacks, he always seems to get the most of them. Russell Wilson's not a lackluster quarterback. And then the fact, even if this was last year, I would take the Broncos at home. So I like the Broncos minus 2.5. That means we're going to have to pay a little bit to get them down, but I think it's worth it in this scenario, just in case. When you're dealing with these division matchups, I don't like anything field goal or more. Just in case it's one of those that comes down to the end and then it's a field goal to win it with time expiring or an overtime or something like that. I need to know that a field goal is going to clear it. So for me, it's worth it to bring it down to 2.5 for the Broncos. As far as the night game goes, you show me a home dog in prime time and it's more than a field goal and it's a division matchup. I'm sorry. All roads lead to Rome. I have to take the Giants on them. If you're one of the people who think that the Giants' year was fluky, Daniel Jones isn't good, a lot of lucky wins last year, then the other two things that I like the receiving yards for both of the running backs in that game, Pollard and Saquon Barkley. We know that Pollard is great in the pass game. And then, they took away Schultz from that team, and he had a lot of easy completions. Dak seemed to go to him in a lot of situations like that. The fact that Pollard's going to be on the field more than he was last year, because obviously Zeke's gone, and he's already a part of the passing game. I love the over on receiving yards for him. And then Saquon, he's still their best weapon. I know they have Waller, who already is dealing with some sort of hamstring injury. To get to 20 yards for Saquon Barkley, a fresh Saquon Barkley in week 1 where he's going to get an ample amount of touches. I like the over on receiving for both of those running backs. That is what I have for you on this opening Sunday. Little mishmash here. I let you know about the rats to stay away from. You know those. So just in summation, by the way, the over on Jamal Williams receptions, favorite bet of the day. Then over on Mike Williams receiving yards, over on Nick Chubb rushing yards. I do like the Chargers minus 2.5. I like the Browns plus 3.5. I really am tempted. I think I like the Patriots at plus 4.5. I like the Giants plus 3.5 with both the running backs in that game hitting their over on reception yards. I will be back with you guys tomorrow to talk Monday Night Football, and I do have a few in that one that I already like. Sometimes you see a matchup, you don't like it. This one, I think I was able to find a couple picks and props in there that you guys will be able to benefit from. Week 1, winning night, opening Thursday, winning night. Let's try to make it a winning Sunday, and then a winning Monday. Just winning, hopefully. You guys, it's great to be back. Like I said, check out the show that we uploaded yesterday, Francess and Friends. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Shopper channel here. If you want that Area 51 Bunker Insider Analytics pick, check out Odd Shopper Premium. Follow me on all social media platforms. It's at Andy Francis. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.